Channel. So today's video is basically a Q&A, but I did not ask you guys for questions because I'm gonna answer my most asked questions, like the questions I get all the time. And yeah, that's basically what I'm doing today. So I mean, let's just get started. The first question is, where are you from? I'm from the Netherlands, which if you don't know is a little country in like northwestern Europe. If you don't know the country, maybe you know Amsterdam because that's the capital. We love that. The next question I get a lot is, how old are you? The other day someone DM'd me on Instagram. She was like, how old are you? Because you graduated high school and you are in college now. I don't know if it's the same in other countries. I think it is, but I'm 17 and I just finished high school and I'm now in my first year of college. And that's kind of usual when you're 17 here. Sometimes even 16. So that's not weird for me. The next question is, how do you edit your videos? I used to edit with Windows Movie Maker on my Windows computer. In summer last year I got a MacBook and I started editing with iMovie. And since like a month or so I started editing with Final Cut Pro and I actually love Final Cut Pro. The next question I get a lot is, when did you start YouTube? I started my channel, I remember this, wait, I uploaded my first video on June 8th 2015. That was also a Q&A, but then in Dutch. And it was so weird because my first video literally got so many views, but it got 3,000 views. And that's for a first video kind of a lot, you know, but it's on private now because it's a really awkward video and it's in Dutch. Actually, I have almost all my Dutch videos on private now because I'm in English now. I started in 2015 and in 2018 around summer, I think also June or July, maybe July, I'm not sure, but in June or July I started making videos in English on the same channel. Where do you usually shop? I guess my favorite stores are Brandy Melville. I really love Urban Outfitters, but I don't really shop there a lot because it's expensive. But Urban Outfitters, ASOS, I would say H&M. I can honestly shop everywhere, but these are like my favorite stores, I guess. But my all-time favorite store is Brandy Melville. The next question I literally get on a daily, which is, what do you study? I studied creative business at college. So many people were like, are you in college? Because I live at home and that's not usual for some people, but yeah, I do live at home and I prefer that over living in a dorm because I don't want to spend my money on living there if I can easily live at home. I do have to travel to school for like an hour and a half, but honestly I'm okay with that. I don't mind the traveling. Basically what it is, well, the first year is like everything at once. Like the actual thing I want to study, like the direction I want to go is like media production, obviously. Yeah, I really want to study something with media production and I hope I can do this with this college course. The next question is, who are your favorite YouTubers? It's always been Mel Joy and Summer McKeen, but lately I've been really obsessed with Hannah Maloge. I would say that she is like my favorite YouTuber right now. I also really like Alana Tabor or Tabor. I don't really know how to pronounce her name, but I know her first name is Alana and she travels a lot and she's just so inspiring. And also Eve Cornwell, she is amazing. The next question is really similar to this, which is, who are your favorite music artists? That you even have to ask me that. Like obviously my number one of all time is Shawn Mendes. Who would have thought? I will just mention some artists that I really like. Jacob Whitesides, not a lot of people know about him, but he is great. Camila Cabello, Niall Horan, James CW, I love him. Let me go to my Spotify. Whirl, I love him. I really like Louis Capaldi. I also like Dean Lewis, James Arthur, obviously, Khalid. Oh, and I really love Dan and Shay. I guess those are the artists that I listen to the most and that I actually like listen to a lot of their songs. I love a lot of artists. The next question is, what fonts do you use? Okay, so the fonts I use, I will also put them on the screen by the way because I can't pronounce all these names. Budidaya, if that's how you pronounce it. Lemon Milk, Shoreline Script, Futura, and Helvetica Neue. I don't know how to pronounce that. Those are the fonts I use. I use Budidaya mostly for my thumbnails, and in my videos I think what I use the most is the Helvetica one. Next question, so ugly. How do you have time for school and YouTube? I understand why people ask me how I have time to do school and YouTube, but sometimes I also don't get this question because people who say they don't have time at all, I don't get that. You cannot tell me that all the time after school, like all of your free time you spend on school. Like no one does that. Like I try to do homework and study etc. in like the afternoon, and sometimes I film in the afternoon and I film on weekends and I edit mostly at night because I'm not studying anyways at night. So the key to balancing that is probably just managing your time, and I really like doing YouTube, so that's why I make time for it basically. The next question I also get like under each video, why is your English so good? And I honestly don't understand why people ask me this so much because I don't think my English is that good, but I'm actually filming a video on this topic, like how I learned English, so stay tuned for that video if you want to know how I learned English. So I feel like the biggest reason why my English is good. Well, I don't think it's good, but I think that's mostly because I'm just really interested in speaking English, like I always have. I speak it a lot with friends and on like social media and everything, and I think that really helps. But as I said, there's a video coming, so stay tuned for that. Where are you traveling to next? My next trip is in April to London. No, that's not true. My next trip is in February to Austria to go skiing, and then my next trip is London. But if you mean next trip as in a place I've never been to before, it would be, I guess the next place is when I go interrailing, and then the second place we're going to, which is Switzerland. So the last question is maybe not interesting for everyone, but the last question I get a lot on Twitter from Shawn Mendes fans, which is when and where are you seeing Shawn Mendes this year? So I am seeing him in Amsterdam March 7th and 8th, and then I'm seeing him in London April 16th, 17th and 19th on tour. Hopefully I can meet him in London as well, and I have meet and greet for Amsterdam one day. And then I see him in September in Toronto for his first stadium show. Anyway, I want to go to another tour date in Europe, but I'm not sure which one, and I'm not sure if I will be able to because of school and money and everything, but we will see. In fact, a lot of vlogs and travel and tour videos. That was it for today's video. I hope you liked it. Give it a thumbs up if you did. Subscribe to my channel below, and I will see you in my next video. Bye bye.